And now it's time for another Board Game Brawl unboxing with Nick Meanahan, sponsored by BoardGameBliss.com. Hey peeps, my name is Nick, this is Board Game Brawl, and if you are watching this the day that it posts, it is still Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you. I know that most people are doing far more important things on Christmas Day, but I couldn't help but do an unboxing video for a game that I, just in the nick of time, got in the mail yesterday before the holiday weekend hit, and that is Zombicide Black Plague, the newest version of Zombicide from Cool Mini or Not. Actually, this is a standalone Zombicide game that is, I don't think, really compatible with the other versions of the game. There's enough differences in this one to make it its own thing, especially the theme and setting, which is dark medieval fantasy. They're sort of taking that idea and running with it. There's a necromancer in the game. There's magical spells for some of the gear and things like that, but the core elements of the game, from what I can tell so far, are still the same. It's still the same Zombicide that you either love or not love so much, to put it mildly, but I still love Zombicide. But the thing is, I much prefer the theme of this one over the old Dawn of the Dead style of Zombicide, so I'm actually all in on this one. I don't even have my old Zombicide stuff anymore, so here's hoping that wasn't a huge mistake, but I really don't think so far. I think it looks pretty good. So this is only the core set that we're going to be unboxing today because Cool Mini or Not actually is not done quite yet, or at least is not received from the printer quite yet. All the other extra stuff, the many Kickstarter promos, the expansion set, all these different things, those are going to come in another wave, but they rushed to get a core set out to as many people as possible before the holidays, which I sorely appreciate. Cool Mini or Not has had some production issues in the past, but overall, despite, not only do they put out amazing games, I think overall their production quality and their customer service has been a lot better than some of the other major companies that use Kickstarter. Every company's got problems. I think they do a fairly good job nevertheless. And I think this kind of shows that they at least care what the customer base thinks about them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. And I'm definitely going to play this as much as I can this weekend, and maybe I'll have a review for you before the holiday weekend is over. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you and yours. Take care. Let's get to it. Alright peeps, I'm going to give you a quick unboxing of Zombicide Black Plague. This is just the base game. Everything from the the expansion stuff and all of the extras and promos I think are all going to be in the next wave. They just wanted to get a copy out to everyone for the holidays, if you got yours, hopefully. Mine was a little bit delayed, as I explained in my intro. Alright, so now we're cutting it open. Dangerously holding a pair of scissors the way they should never be held. Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright, that's that. And we have a little Seasons greeting message. I've never seen one of these in any of the Cool Mini or Not games. Let's read along. At least a little bit. We worked incredibly hard to make Zombicide Black Plague an experience that is new yet familiar to Zombicide players. We wanted to make a game that took the core mechanics people love from Zombicide and reinvent the world around them. This was a gamble for us. It was something completely untested for the franchise, except that it's mostly the same game. But you, the backers, showed us it was a risk worth taking. We couldn't believe the incredible response and support we got from you all. Well, yes, it is if you don't count that stupid cat game, it's the #1 most funded Kickstarter project for board games. Since the Kickstarter campaign ended, we've seen the outpouring of excitement and eagerness for the game continue to grow. I'm reading really fast now. Thanks to the hard work of our production team, we were able to complete the production of the Zombicide Black Plague core game a bit earlier than expected. With this time of year often offering families and friends more time to spend together, we thought it would be only right to thank you for your overwhelming support by getting the game to you now. This package contains only one copy of your core game. We are currently finishing production on the extras and add-ons. We will send those and any extra copies of the core game if you purchase them to you around Q1 2016. Please do not contact customer support unless there is an issue with your core game, copy of Zombicide Black Plague, and the rest of your pledge will ship soon. Thank you for all your support and happy holidays. From yours to ours, Guillotine Games, and the Cool Mini or Not team. Then we have, I'm not going to read those. So yes, that basically is just a long the TLDR of that is, yes, they got us a holiday copy. Okay, let's go through this and do the unboxing. Okay, use my teeth as typical. Whoa. Don't try that at home, kids. Alright. I'll save that. Why not? Put it in the box afterwards. Alrighty then. So that is the box cover in all of its splendor, which is pretty darn cool looking. I always like the artwork of Zombicide, but I like the fantasy artwork better now. Let's take a look at the other side. That, if you squint, looks exactly like some of the old boxes of what I recall. Alright, so now we're going to just bust this open. Let's go right into it. The core game rules, which are in English. That's awesome. Yes, there was I heard that some people might have been getting French copies of the rulebook, even though they're supposed to be getting English copies of the game. So I'm glad that that was not a thing. This is a new thing. Oh, they're really going all out with a printed box. It's usually generic cardboard. That is pretty cool. Is there anything on the bottom side? Let's take a look. Nope. But there's our main heroes, all of whom look pretty darn cool. Again, I have to stress, I just prefer the fantasy theme to the modern day zombie setting. I'm sorry. Okay, so lots of things to go here. We'll go one by one. First thing, well, okay, this is all one piece, so that's going to be a little more difficult, but we'll do our best here. Okay, these are the miniatures. And I see one. These are the zombies. Some of the zombies. I'm sure there's more. Let's see. Let's see what the best thing to do here is. Just like that. The runner. Fatty. So again, this is mostly like the old Zombicide. Regular walkers, different sculpts, of course. And then you got your hero characters who, I believe these are the heroes. Interesting. So they're all keeping them all the same colors. Well, that's because they're going with the different colored bases now. So there's one. That's the nun. Dwarf. Double sword wielding guy. Alright, you get the idea. I'm not going to show you all of them. The character I'm most likely to play, because I always play the chick characters. Alright, so there you go. And then here's the Abomination, presumably. Or whatever it's called in this set. Probably still the Abomination. Okay, so there's that. Miniatures, lots of those. Oh, and we'll just go ahead and cover these. There are a bunch more of the Walker miniatures, quite a few of them. Just to give you a sense of that. So you do have a lot. And of course, if you get the, if you actually backed it on Kickstarter with the next wave of stuff, again, this is just the core game they rushed out to people, then you get tons of extras of all this stuff. So there'd be no shortage of them, trust me. I was never wanting for zombies with any of the other Zombicides I had. Here's something brand new. They went all out and made these plastic trays. And there are some differences in the core gameplay here as far as to how players get skills and special abilities that they use. So that's one reason they did it, but come on, this is so cool. They have a tracker here that clicks for your level, just like in the previous Zombicide sets. You gain levels as you kill enemies, but this one clicks over. It's like, oh, it's so neat. I wonder how often that breaks or anything. I hope it doesn't, but so much better than like the trackers you had to use before. And one less thing to worry about. And there's like this little peg system. Really, really neat. The character sheets fit there. So you have a bunch of those here in the pack. Then here are the pegs. So we can bust those open, I suppose. It's worth looking at. Wow. Neat. They're like, they're plastic rubber. Okay, those are cool. Dice. These special dice? No, there's no special faces there. Again, though, that's a Kickstarter extra. Will be special dice. And then you have the bases, which are going to plunk down onto the heroes. In case you don't know how to put a piece of plastic onto another piece of plastic, I will illustrate that here. This is... If it's like Arcadia Quest, they snap in fairly easily. So, there you go. And that's their workaround to not have to make all the different hero miniatures a completely different color. To keep them separate. And then you have all the different character cards, which we'll click open. Okay. And let's go through these if you want to. Well, you don't have a choice, I guess. Let's see. Here's the weapons. You have hammer, spells like Mana Blast, Short Sword. Then you got the card, of course, the famous one where you find that. So... Apples, discard this card to gain an experience point. Chainmail, crossbow, dragon bite, Spend an action and discard Dragon Bite from hand. Put a Dragon Bite token at range 0 to 1. Okay. Great Sword, Leather Armor, Lightning Bolts, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. And then we get into the zombies. The zombie spawn cards. Of course, different color coding, just like in the original Zombicide. Standard Zombie Invasion. And the Necromancer, who's a special unit that comes in the game. So there's all that stuff. And I think we will just look at the boards that come with the game. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. I'm not gentle with my stuff. Alright. So, there's this big pack of things. It's all empty in there. Use me teeth. Again. Alright, that was a little more difficult than I thought it would be. Sorry, it's tough plastic. Alright, so there's that. And we'll get to that in a second, but here's all the different boards. I don't want to punch them out quite yet. But, again, things look really, really similar to the original. Wow, oh, more plastic. Hold on. Got it. The main boards for the game. They're kind of similar to each other. And so on, and so forth. Okay. And then lastly, the character cards. Wow, these are really tough to... Yeah, use your imagination on these. These are... whenever it's really tightly packed like that with a small amount of stuff, it's tough. But here you go, different abilities. This slot may hold a dagger instead. Okay. But that's the nun character, and these are the character cards, which will slide into your character board like so. Okay. Well, that's it. That's actually it. I mean, this is one of the shortest unboxing I've ever done because there's no extra Kickstarter stuff. But nevertheless, that is Zombicide Black Plague. I hope to play it actually probably today, and then again over the weekend, and maybe even again solo, whatever it takes. And then I'll do a review as quickly as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and this is going up on Christmas, so Merry Christmas to all of you, and a Happy New Year. Take care. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon, and make sure to check out our sponsor, Board Game Bliss, where you can find an amazing selection of games from around the world. BoardGameBliss.com. Thanks for your support.